Yo, this is just a quick reminder that I do have a clan Discord that anyone is free to join, as well as a Twitter. Both of those will be in the description below. Thank you. Alright guys, today we're going to talk about my personal top 5 sniper subclasses. Now, if you're new here, welcome. I am Awake. I have been sniping since Destiny 1 pretty much exclusively, and I do snipe in tournaments currently. Now, do I win these tournaments? No, not even close. But we usually win a few rounds, and then we get rolled by some demon team, so I'm at least able to compete and snipe at around that level. I do play on a controller, not that that's really relevant to the subclasses, but I know I'll get a lot of comments about it. So with that out of the way, I'm going to start with some honorable mentions. My two honorable mentions are going to be the Void Titan and the Bottom Tree Arc Staff on the Hunter. Now these didn't quite make the list, but they are in my opinion two of the best subclasses in the game overall. They just didn't quite make the list because they don't necessarily synergize with sniping in particular. They're just very good overall. So at number 5 we have the Voidwalker Warlock. Now the Void Warlock is extremely good for snipers, mostly because of the melee. The melee is one of the best in the game, and for snipers it's definitely a lifesaver. You can use it to not only stop people from pushing, but it usually ends up as a free kill for you as well because they can't do anything. It just sort of boops them into the air or boops them back, and it also makes them volatile. A lot of times you can hit someone with the melee and they'll sort of pop up and you can just snipe them even if they're real close. They can't move, they're stuck in the air, so it's very strong. Also, the ability to charge your grenades and throw them to sort of zone out areas really helps. You can lock down the map because you can throw a grenade in one area and then look the other way with your sniper and you can lock down 2 areas at once. Also, the supers are all very good. Nova Bomb can be super clutch and it charges very fast, which is super important for something like Trials. Number 4, Night Stalker. So this one has potential to move up higher, especially if you have other Void subclasses on your team. This is because as a sniper, the best way to use this class, in my opinion, is to abuse Stylish Executioner. Whenever you defeat someone who is affected by a Void status, like Weekend or Volatile, you go invis and get literal wall hacks. This is crazy strong for snipers and will proc way more often if you have teammates running Void as well. Also, Spectral Blades is one of the best supers in the game, but it may be kind of hard to get in a Trials match, so keep that in mind. Overall, just the ability to go invisible and keep your opponents off guard is very strong, especially as a sniper. Number 3, Shadebinder. Now, I think this is the most slept on class in this list because I never see anyone run it, but it is so strong for snipers. The ability to just freeze people that are pushing you is invaluable. It's so easy to freeze with the melee and the grenade especially. The Rift is also very good for freezing, but it is a bit harder to pull off because the timing is kind of tricky. This is another super that may be difficult to get in Trials, but if you do, it's very good as well. Overall, just the ability to spam freezes so easily definitely makes this subclass one of the best sniper subclasses in the game. Number 2, Gunslinger. So the main reason that I have Gunslinger so high up on this list is because of this right here, On Your Mark. Basically, it's a handling buff that you get on headshot kills or just for dodging. You'll actually get 3 stacks of it when you dodge. Handling is so important on snipers, especially as you start to get better at it, so just getting this buff for free with the dodge is so strong. Also, Blade Barrage is one of the best supers in the game right now since it charges so fast and you can make orbs for your team. Also, you have a full assortment of different knives at your disposal and they are all very good. I would recommend the weighted knife because you can get a headshot with it and kill people who are pushing you with shotguns. If you think that is a bit too difficult for you to take advantage of, then proximity knife is also very good, especially if you combo it with a trip mine. Overall, just the ability to stack buffs like handling and radiant and even healing, it not only makes this one of the best overall classes in the game, but it's super strong for snipers in particular. Okay, now our number 1 sniper subclass is Dawnblade. Basically, Dawnblade is so strong for pretty much one reason, and that is Icarus Dash. Movement is so important for snipers, especially quick lateral movements like Icarus Dash. It lets you back up or run away from the enemies if you need to. It also lets you get into lanes first, which is super important in something like Trials. Also, the melee is phenomenal and lets you body shot and then hit them from pretty far with your melee. If they ever completely fix airborne effectiveness, this class will be even better, as it sort of revolves around aerial play, so it has to do a lot with sniping from the air and using your melee from the air, things like that, taking advantage of your vertical space. Now, I will say this class may be one of the hardest ones to get value out of if you're sort of newer or maybe not as experienced in the Crucible, so just keep that in mind, but I do think once it's mastered, it has the highest ceiling in the game for a sniper. So that will conclude my current top 5 sniping subclasses. Now, I know I didn't have any Titans in there, but that's just because I don't think any of the current Titan subclasses really synergize with sniping that well. I mean, don't get me wrong, Sentinel Titan is super strong overall, so if you want to snipe on Titan, I would definitely use Sentinel. Sentinel is very good. I just left it off the list because the class is just broken overall. It's not necessarily good for a sniper in particular. It just hasn't really been nerfed properly yet, so it's very strong. The overshield is very good. So for you Titans out there, I would definitely run Void. But that's going to do it for my list here. Go ahead and let me know what you think of it. Also, let me know if you'd like to see a shotgun version of this as well. I was thinking of doing one of those too. I don't shotgun as often, but I definitely know which subclasses are the best for that as well. So, as always, I appreciate the support, and I'll see you next time.